All right, let's break it down here. We have Clef against TJ, two very good players. Clef, a lot more longevity in his MCS career. TJ, new as of, I think, Madden 23. I want to say maybe Madden 24, actually, with him. Not 100% sure, but TJ is definitely a lot newer. Clef is here. TJ does have a belt. So technically more accomplished, but Clef just has a ton of accomplishments throughout. This is part of the Madden Bowl or part of the MCS playoffs, which leads to the Madden Bowl. Winner of this game goes to the semifinals. They're just showing some cards real fast. We're going to skip ahead ever so slightly. And first and 10, we have Clef on offense. Clef is going to be one of the last guys who's going to be running gun bunch. Something that, I'll be honest with you, like genuinely speaking here from someone who has played competitive Madden since Madden 18 is when I first started getting into it. Then 19, I was like deep into it. This is, I mean, every year it almost feels like we're moving away further and further from gun bunch being the meta. And right here, like Clef is one of the last guys rocking gun bunch as their main offense. Is pretty much only sitting in gun bunch, which even for Clef, he's usually somebody who would, at the very least, like last year, he would go gun bunch and audible to gun tight every single play. He's actually, his entire offensive strategy right now, notice something. Let's just wait for him to break the huddle. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, snaps the ball. He is snapping the ball as fast as possible. This is called quick snapping. And the reason for this, the reason that you might want to quick snap as part of your offense, almost every great offense has some quick snapping in it. It's because a lot of these good defenses require adjustments, right? Whether it's putting a slot corner in a vert hook, whether it's blitzing this guy, containing, shifting, you know what I mean? Like, if you ever tried to, like, run, like, a high-level pro defense, you know what I'm talking about, where, like, there's a lot of adjustments that go into it. Quick snapping is a good way to make them, hey, you don't have enough time to make these adjustments. Your defense can be lacking in one area or another. Usually leads to blown coverages, bad blitzes, etc., etc. So, see Clef here in the bunch offset, by the way. Important to note, bunch offset versus regular bunch. It's this halfback's going to be a little bit behind, okay? And you're saying, well, why is that important? Well, also with this, the tight end is now off the line of scrimmage in a two, or in more of a, what would you call that stance? It's not a receiver stance. It's a, I am blanking on this, but more of a squat, okay? He can block in bunch offset. In gun bunch, he can't block. That's a change they made a couple years back. So just something to keep in mind in terms of what bunch he's in. I believe this is Falcon's book. I could be wrong, but it's going to be pretty similar if I am wrong to a few other books. And bunch wide, yeah, this is Falcon's playbook for Clef. But you see, very, very fast, he's going. And on that last play, we'll see him do it again, but there was something cool that he did on the last play. Even right here, going fast, fast, fast. He has Master Technician on his QB, which allows you to get Conductor. Part of Master Technician is Conductor, which lets you make 2 hot routes as you walk up to the line of scrimmage, meaning that out of 5 total potential routes you could have on a play, 2 of those you just make like that. Makes quick snapping really, really easy, and that's a big part of his strategy, as we've said. We're just going to see that throughout. Here we get a close-up of TJ. I like the hoodie. I believe it's just a hoodie. I don't think it's a onesie. We're going to see 4th and 1. Boom, Clef goes to the play verticals, able to hit the little in route across the field. Bang. And right here, this is probably blown coverage from TJ. Basic idea, and it's crazy. Clef is running very basic route combos. He goes mesh. This guy's pushing deep. This guy's on a wheel. This guy's on a crosser. Okay? So we're going high. So we break this play all the way down. Right here, we have quick high-low between these 2 routes. But part of the high-low here is that, and I always talk about this with tight end drags, I just want to emphasize this so much because I think it's one of the easiest ways for you to get better passing without doing a bunch different, is these drag routes, especially from tight ends. This drag could get thrown right here, quick. He could get thrown right here, or he could get thrown right here. Drag routes are so nice because think about the zones that you would need to defend this. If this could get thrown here, here, and here, that's almost 3 zones you need to defend just a simple drag. And so just something to keep in mind. This halfback is going to go on a speed in. This play verticals again from gun bunch. And you'll actually see no flat zone appears on the left. And actually may have had a touchdown. But, dude, this is one of the ones, dude, I'm gonna complain. I'm not even complaining. It's just funny. This is the type of throw, 4th and 1, that you make in a YouTube video. And you know what you're getting, bro? You make this throw, you're getting X was or square was open. Square's open right here, buddy. Square's open at 310. It's like, dude, it's 4th and 1. He hits the open read underneath for the first down. I got a comment like that the other day in a similar situation where I missed a touchdown, but I hit like a 15-yard pass on a 4th down. It's like, okay, like, I mean, next time I'll ignore the first open guy I see and like, ugh. It's one thing to say it when someone gets bagged or they don't complete the pass. just another thing when like it ends up being a completion anyways. Good defense right there. It ends up that's the first time TJ's actually seemingly gotten Clef to back up. Clef tries throwing that ball away, just gets a bad throw to the short side of the field. Intentional grounding. 2nd and 23. If you're TJ, you have to just be so confident. You almost one of the things I've done when I've played against this, because this style of offense from Clef has been popular in years past. You right here, when you're here for TJ, right? TJ's picking his play on defense. We just can't see that. You almost need to be thinking about what your adjustments are going to be right here and getting ready to make them, right? You have to know if you're going to audible and then what adjustments you're going to make at this point. You don't have time against what Clef's doing to sit and be like, let me. No, you're going right here, everything. You already know. He's going a little flood concept. This is essentially an old style of corner strike. I don't think that's the actual play call. He's calling flood, but ends up rolling out a little bit, makes the throw across his body to the check and release hook curl or hook. And now on a 4th and 1, Clef's going to go to one of his favorite plays here, which is bench pivot. Now, this play been popular all year, and essentially there's a few different ways you can run this. What you'll typically see, though, here, this is a very great play for splitting the field horizontally. We're going to go tight end drag. Halfback could be blocking or could be on a flat. We'll call him on a flat right here. Then, in route, going across the back of the end zone. A little quick out route. And then almost a little bit deeper of a zig. This isn't a normal zig, a little bit deeper, so it develops slightly slower. And you see nothing's really pushing the field more than 10 yards down the field. So you really have to dedicate underneath here. It's very, very tough to defend. And you actually see that right here. And what makes this so tough, and this is where like TJ's a little bit frustrated, looked like his face was, because TJ, if you look at this area of the field, he actually has a zone right there. But these tight end drags, if you could just time them correctly, look, like genuinely speaking, this is a hook curl. This is a hard flat. It's kind of like, it's good defense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of like you just want this guy to attack a little bit more, and that zone won't do that. Even shade underneath. And you see, this is a tight throw. He needs 1 yard. He gets 4. Barely gets 4 because he'll fall forward, honestly. He really got like 2 or 3. And that's what those types of throws, if you're able to do them consistently, which Clef is very good at, it can make this offense so tough. Also, though, that style of passing, what I've seen a lot online with this going very up tempo, very getting the ball out fast. Like Clef's really getting the ball out fast here as well, and he's going back to the same play even. And notice he throws the ball away a lot. Like that is one of the things where if he doesn't like what he sees and he recognizes blitz, throw the ball away. Don't want to go backwards. But a lot of people can't actually make the reads that fast. And instead, what they're doing, and this is just being transparent of what I've seen for years now, that's a tough one. Is they're just kind of guess passing essentially, where they know they have a tight end drag on this play. They're going like they almost decide pre-snap, I'm going tight end drag. And the issue with deciding pre-snap so heavily and right there is such a good example of that like that's just tough, man. But eventually you're just gonna get lurked against a good player, or you're gonna throw it into an actual adjustment or something like that. That's where, like, man, I feel like so many people put so much emphasis on pre-snap. And, like, obviously, pre-snap passing is important, right? I don't want to sit here and say, don't worry about pre-snap, because you can get a good idea of what's going to be there, pre-snap, et cetera, et cetera. But I think a lot of people make their reads pre-snap instead of making them during the play. And you just can't do that, right? And imagine if an NFL quarterback did that, where pre-snap, not only did he identify, like, what he thought was going to be open, he identified what he was throwing no matter what. That's the issue. You can look pre-snap and have an idea of like, oh, I think X, Y, and Z is going to happen. The issue falls into, and so many people have this, where you think X, Y, Z is going to happen, you snap the ball, and then X, Y, Z doesn't happen, yet you execute as if X, Y, Z did happen. A lot of people have that issue. Just a small tangent on pre-snap reads, pre-snap passing. My biggest thing pre-snap that I always try to identify at the most, like, I think this most surface level is blitz, no blitz. And if I think it's a blitz, what kind of blitz? Is it a meta blitz I know how to pick up? Or how do I attack this blitz? Okay. So blitz, no blitz, and then man zone. Okay. Because those are your two biggest deciding factors for what your play call is going to be, both in regards to route combo and protection, right? I think it's the easiest thing. So many people are like, oh, read the safeties, read this, read that. Well, if you're going, let's say tight end drag, right? And we're watching, let's say we're, watching Clef play offense, and he's running a bunch of tight end drags like he is. And your first look at the snap is up to the safeties, and you're watching, oh, that safety's doing that safety's doing that. Where's that drag at this point? That drag, you've probably already missed at least one window for him. So I don't love looking at the safeties, and not a lot of comp players actually read the safeties like that. And pre-snap reading the safeties is tough because I mean we're going way more into passing. So, if you like this, let me know. I'm kind of ranting a little bit more than I usually do in these breakdowns. If you like it, let me know. If you hate it, I guess let me know. But like so many people are like, oh, two high safeties, cover 4 or cover 2. It's like this guy could be, this could be cover 3, especially at a comp level. Like people disguise their coverages so much. This could be cover 3 like this. Maybe this guy's coming down here. This guy could be, I mean, heck, this guy could be manned up here. This guy could be manned up here. This guy could be manned up. You know what I mean? This guy could be manned up. It's just like, it's so hard to tell. Instead, at this point, you're trying to read like, okay, what blitz? Do I think blitz, no blitz, man zone? I really think that's a big deal. And once you start playing meta stuff more often, you can identify what meta blitz are running at you a lot quicker. So like right here, we've actually seen me run this blitz some. Clef on defense now moved this backer who started out here over here. He's using here. Guess what? This is probably a loop blitz. That's typically what that is. TJ pre-snap is saying, okay, looks like zone. These guys are, kind of off. And then he's setting this 4-man probably. So now TJ should be setting up protection and a route combo to attack that basic idea, right? And yeah, oh geez, I hate the high balls are able to do what just happened right there. I think that is tough, but I mean, hey, high balls are OP. High balls are very OP. Let's see what he does here. Also, let's talk about TJ on offense a little bit here. He's in the gun U trips, Y off trips Pats. This is out of the Patriots playbook. I started running this formation recently as well. I think it's really good. I've ran it in years past. It's always been popular in Madden. It has really nice, really unique and very nice, unique routes. And then the blocking on it is pretty good. It does lack a few things. No play action. The runs aren't great. He's going to get hit for a 4th and 1. Okay. This is a massive opportunity for Clef. Okay. Yeah. 4th and 1. Let's do a replay. Yeah. Replay. All right. Here we go. So he's actually going for a little bit more of a shot here. He's going seam streak, outside streak, and then a little post or drag post combo right here. This is almost banking on Clef being a little over aggressive, and Clef isn't. Everything's bagged. QB, that's tough. That's tough to give up if you're Clef. Yeah, the flat zone just sucks inside. TJ's able to get outside of him. That is tough. Is that a shark? Is that a shark? Run it back replay. Okay. Yeah, look at and you hate this. Honestly, you hate this. The reason this zone sucks in, right? This guy's a flat zone. He was out here. There's nothing attacking the side. And so the game logic, this guy's playing pass. He's not even looking at the QB. So he's going to suck inside because there's no work from out here. It's just what they do. And because of that, he's sucking inside. He's running outside. First down. Genuinely, this hurts if you're Clef. It's like, would really like him not to do that. Something we're seeing Clef do on defense quite a bit. And this is one of the ways that if you ever play somebody with a tight end centric offense, right? So like U-Trips has a lot of like good tight end routes, whether it's the tight end seam, tight end zig, something like Trips tight end flex. Another example of this is he'll take his user, let's say he's using this guy, he'll man him up onto the tight end and then user press him. The way you can do that is after that guy releases, you hold A or X on PlayStation and press it down on the left stick, and you'll kind of like chuck that guy and kind of like disrupt his route quite a bit. That's really good for if someone's throwing a lot of seam streaks on you. The good way to take those away. I love this route come on the left side, by the way. And so you see him miss right there, and because he misses, Clef was a little bit slow on his adjustment for whatever reason, didn't get his user over in time. He misses, gives up that seam area. That's what he's trying to take away with that little chuck, with that user press. And now, let's see what we're going to get here from TJ. Something worth noting, this route all the way on the outside might be right behind my face cam. But it's a little like, it's a cool route. I don't know if you guys can see that, unfortunately, though. Sorry. But watch circle. He's going to release in late, just not there. Pressure gets to him. I think he may have had whatever's on the left side open there, potentially. And wow, we're doing a lot of run it back replays. I respect that. All right. Go U-Trips, again to the wide side of the field. A lot of times you'll see these guys keep their numbers, whether it's out of a bunch, a trips, whatever, like the number side. So in this case, the trip side to the wide side. Nothing really there. Gonna have to throw that ball away again. And here's another opportunity for Clef to get a stop, right? And this is one of the biggest areas of the field, both for whether you're on offense or defense, is inside this 10-yard line. You can fun fact. You could go against somebody who is significantly better than you at the game. Ooh, dot. Before I talk about that, what happened here? God, I might be stealing this word. Y trips. Those Y trips halfback week. A little zig. I don't know what happened on the left side, actually. I don't know if he dumbed out that zone or if that was manned up or something. Interesting. But you can be significantly worse than another player. And significantly might be like a reach, but let's say they're a 90 overall, you could be an 80 overall in terms of like how like your skill level at the game. Okay, we're not talking team overalls, your skill level. But if you're again using overalls, if you're like a 90 overall in the red zone and they're like an 80 overall in the red zone, right? They're better than you in every area, but red zone, man, you can score, you can get stops, and they struggle a little bit more. That game is probably going to be close until the final minutes, right? Even if they're able to move between the 20s way better than you, even if you turn the ball over a few times. The red zone is like the turnover battle is so important in football, but the red zone is also so important. I feel like, I mean, it's obviously important in real life, but like in Madden, College Football 25 as well, the red zone's huge, right? Imagine someone just dotting you up the field easy. You can't stop them. But inside that 10, hold them to 3. Inside that 10, you hold them to 3 again. That's only 6 points. You could score a fluke touchdown off a stretch, and you just took the lead. Right here, TJ just not getting his blitz off at all. But we're seeing, like, notice how Clef, I haven't really seen him get pressured too much outside of when TJ has just sent the dogs at him. He's not really getting any kind of 4-man pressure up, and it's just because of how fast Clef is adjusting. Or I'm sorry, is snapping the ball. Mary Goda is the user right here. Sends a little DB fire. And my issue with this blitz, and I think the reason he goes to this, the TJ goes to this on defense here is because it's a little bit faster. So this is DB fire. It's a classic blitz. The issue with this is that the guys who are coming free are these two, right? Look at where they are. So he's, 3 yards off the ball, and then he's another 5 yards to the QB, we'll say. That's 8 yards that he has to cover just to sack the QB. Think about how fast Clef is getting the ball out. Right? I mean, we have literally seen Clef snap, throw, snap, throw. And now you're sending 5, so you only have 6 people in coverage. So, you're saying boom, boom, boom. And Clef's getting the ball open, or getting the ball out fast in general. So now there's just a bunch of holes in the coverage. And if you want, especially underneath, and if you want to take away those holes underneath with the coverage, but you only have 6 people in coverage, you have 2 flat zones. So now you only have 4 people you're working with. What are you going to do? Take away deep zones? No, you can't. Like, now you're just in a tough spot. Maybe you take away deep zones, but that's a risky thing to do, obviously. And you kind of see that right here. TJ goes a little cover 2. And we just have, this isn't even the best route combo from Clef, but especially with just how the users are nowadays. Just an easy one. And TJ, if you're TJ, you're kind of a little bit annoyed. And it's just tough. It's just tough. Clef is genuinely running a pretty simple offense. This isn't complex. This isn't something even new. We've seen this for years instead of Madden. Maybe bench pivot is a little bit newer of that play, just being more popular this year than years before. But like, this isn't crazy. It's just he has a good scheme and he's executing so well. And execution, I always try like emphasizing this, man. You can even have, I'm not saying this about Clef, but like you can have a bad scheme, but if you can execute, right, you're making the right reads, you can compete. And you don't like, obviously you want to have a good scheme. That's obviously a major thing. But I would rather someone be in a bad scheme that they felt comfortable in and they were like executing really well. Like they knew the reads, they knew the play calls that they wanted against different looks, but the scheme just wasn't great for whatever reason. Maybe the routes weren't great, blocking wasn't great, something like that. I'd rather them be in that rather than a really good scheme, like a super meta offense that they just can't make the reads in, that they can't execute. Because you can't execute, nothing matters, right? You can have the best everything. You gotta execute, or else who cares, right? So, again, this breakdown video, we've talked a lot more like concept and theory than I usually do in these. It goes back to the tight end drag. Oh, does he get called short right here? No, okay. I was a little bit concerned. I mean, you just see how hard that tight end drag is to defend. It's actually very annoying. Like TJ's actually, what's annoying for TJ right here, and I can feel it. Like I can feel for him in this, is that he's committing resources to the tight end drag, and it's still open. So it's just like, okay. I hate this play call from Clef. I'm like, it works. It's working. But I just think it's not a good play call for this game. This is just basic flood to the left side, but to the wide side. And I'll be honest with you, if we want to be really, really honest with ourselves here, So TJ's in. Boom. Let's go deep blue. Deep blue. He has a hard flat out here, probably from the slot. Um, this actually just stock defends this route combo to the left. And all TJ has to do is just defend this in route, and he messes up. Right? Watch this. And if you don't believe me, look, like this guy's already in position to defend this. Like, this is an incredibly hard throw, especially with the rollout. This is already bagged. Only guy who can get thrown here is this in route. And because TJ is switch sticked up here, he can't switch stick back to like this guy or this guy. And so it just gets open. I think this play call genuinely just isn't the best. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is already bagged right here. Just got to get onto this guy. He tries to, but he got onto CJ. So now Clef, though, down into the goal or into the red zone again. He's going to go inside zone split, but instead TJ's going to call timeout. TJ probably going to check into 4-3-6-1. Really make sure that Clef can't run the ball. He wants Clef to pass. And, I mean, in terms of pass plays, like, we have a pretty good idea of what Clef's going to do. Now, on that first red zone trip, he did try hitting him with the seam streak, and we'll see if he does do that here. He might. No, he's not going to. He's going to go flood again to the wide side. Corner route. Actually had it. Miss. One of the first times we've seen Clef really miss a read. Like, pretty bad. So, this is just a cover 2 right here. And so we have high-low on this side. And again, it might be right above my face cam. And so I think Clef just thought this guy was going to keep backing up more. And he actually goes horizontal. And so this high ball's there. Clef just misses a read. And does he get sacked or do you get that ball out? He got sacked. So actually a big sack right there from TJ. And that's a little bit of a, like, kind of a testament to the idea that, like, even the best players in the world miss reads in crucial situations. Like, that is a very big spot, by the way. Let's be very clear. And so the reason I say that is because the people that you're playing against, and this is something I always remind myself too, if the best players in the world are missing reads, guess what the not best players in the world are doing? Probably missing reads. You know what I mean? So if you're ever playing against an offense where you're like, man, this guy's just the best, he will make mistakes. Now, you have to force those mistakes sometimes, right? Multitude of ways to do that. But just something to keep in mind. Like, and that example from Clef, there's a million other examples that we have from my playing experience, from what I've been, like, from the stuff I've done, and just in these breakdowns of, like, the best players in the world will miss reads. And just like that, you can see actually the impact of that is instead of 7 that Clef should have gotten, Clef now is going to settle for 3. That's a massive deal in these types of games. All right, so we're going to see TJ here back on offense, and he's got William Perry in at halfback. The mid-draw from this formation can be decent. It goes a little spin. Big play right there. And if you're TJ, you're getting the ball half, okay? And the reason this is important is that this is actually a really easy situation to clock out this half with, and he's actually doing that. Notice the play clock already down to 5, or 5 right now. And so he's going to go back to a run on first down. He can afford to do that. William Perry going to fall. Did not get any yards off that. I thought he got a yard. And that's going to take us to a 2-minute warning. The reason that's so big, dude, is because he can now essentially double dip the chip, okay? Where he could score 7, especially if he could time this correctly. Most ideal situation. He scores 7 as the half ends, give or take. Goes up 4, gets ball out of half, scores 7. Now he goes up 11 before Clef even sees the ball again. And you see right here, he's able to hit that little whip route. Clef has changed his defense a little bit here, it looks like, where he's not trying to user press that tight end anymore. He was kind of in the gap right there. He got pressure, but just a good read, little horizontal spacing concept right there from TJ. I really do like U-trips in terms of being able to do that stuff. It's just, U-trips can be a hard formation to run because it is very reliant on you being able to hit your reads. But notice 1st and 10 here, clock going all the way down. TJ's going to run the ball. No, yeah. Okay. He's going to run the ball again. And the reason for that is that TJ just wants to keep the clock moving. Now, by doing this, he is wasting first down. So there is a little bit of, like, maybe 2nd and 11, he gets sacked. Now he's on 3rd and long. It's like, ooh, tough spot. But we'll see what ends up happening right here. That play clock going down again. And he's only about, 4 yards away from field goal range too, which is worth noting. A motion and zig right there. He'll have it. He's going to hit it. Bang. And nice little gain. Now, the point of that motion and zig is that he's going to, if the zig ran right here, he's very close to the sideline, right? And you could hit him right here and right here. But if you motion this zig in, now he's going to run this zig here. It's just more space to hit him in the seam. and it'll let him develop to the sideline against man coverage as well, which that's what we see right here. This is a good zone and man beater, just happens to be man here. And now TJ easily in field goal range. Clef really won't be able to get the ball back unless TJ lets him. The one thing to keep in mind here is that TJ is out of timeouts. So that can be scary just from the aspect of like, you could mess this up and like totally accidentally clock yourself out of points. I've definitely done. I'm sure everyone's done that. And there's a good example of he actually kind of panicked threw that away too. Where now, if you get a few yards right here, you might just come out and spike or something. And just like try to eat this half, goes 10-10. Because a touchdown here is a little bit tougher. It almost looks like kind of a bigger carry. Oh, wow. Clef is offsides. Free play. Throws a dot anyways, thankfully. That would suck to give that up. But okay, out of bounds. He's going to take the 3rd and 4. And this is still scary though a little bit, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know how long, because there's a runoff for the field goal unit. So if you were to take a sack here, especially if it's like the play takes a second, like you should be fine. But I don't know. These situations always kind of spook me a little bit, just because the runoff can be so weird in this game. But no, he's gonna get the drag route down to the 22. Clef still isn't super upset by this because Clef also knows that like, hey, he could screw himself. Right? For TJ, still plenty of time to be able to get a spike off if anything happens, but you are... I just think the runoffs in this game can be so scary. Good switch stick. Oh, man, pre-switch stick, this is a great combo. Pre-switch stick, this is a great combo. We got a fade. We got a streak. If he only has one deep blue, which he does right here, one of these two is going to be open. Now, this guy drifts this way. Clef switches on, gets inside, goes for the pick. Should have been a pick. 1 billion% should have been an interception. Doesn't get it. And, yeah, TJ makes a face. Clef makes a face. Should have absolutely been a pick. Dude, I just think we're running closer and closer to, like, man, and I just hate the runoffs in this game. I think the runoffs can be so inconsistent. And so they just spook, like, they're so scary to me. And I'm probably being, like, way overreacting. He is kind of take a shot place here. He's going for kind of another one. He's probably going to throw his ball away. Yeah, he'll take that. He might just kick, or he might just snap the ball, throw it away again. Right here. That's what he should do. I don't know if you guys have ever been screwed on a runoff, dude, but I absolutely have. And so whenever these situations happen, because it almost feels like it's out of your control, the runoff. Because I've seen like halfback dives have like a 15-second runoff, and then a post route that's deep downfield have like a 7-second runoff. I'm just like, okay, sure. Like you just never know. Right here, yeah. I mean, is he pushing everyone to the sideline? Pretty much. He has a potential bomb to the left. Probably not gonna be there. Clef sends pressure, throws it away. What's low-key crazy is sometimes a game dumps out and will give you intentional grounding for something like that right there. That's what spooks me always in that situation. But no, he's gonna kick his 3. Clef will have an end of half, like heave, but we're just gonna, let's see, anything. Oh, okay, we call a timeout. I mean, okay, Clef's running around, end of half. And we'll probably just go down, go out of bounds. Me personally, I'm pitching that. Who cares about the money? Gotta go for a highlight. So TJ's on offense here to start the next half. And I want to talk about this route combo here in a second. They kind of got into this play pretty quickly. If he'll run this again or something similar, and I'm a big fan of it. It's a route combo that I actually want to get good at from U-Trips. This is a play, dude. It's called like stutter and go or something. This is just how they set it up, man. This is gonna audible. No, I want you to run that. Okay. See that throw? I can't make that throw. It's just seam, streak. They stem this seam all the way down, basically. He was gonna audible or something, but he doesn't. And man, I just suck at making that throw. I really do. It's yeah, it's unfortunate. I need to get good at making that throw because that is such a. And I've struggled with it all year, man. The way people throw seams in this game, I've just really, really sucked at. And it's an issue. It is absolutely an issue. Is he gonna run this with the auto motion? No way, right? Is he? No. Is he? No. Okay. Flat. Seam right there. Goes quick out route. That's one of the issues with this game sometimes, man, is that this guy out here is on a speed out. And it's like a 5-yard out. You actually see it. It's a very small out route. And he just runs like stupid. Like very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. And they're kind of dumb like that this year, where like they'll just do that kind of randomly, because that's a throw you can hit sometimes. It's just like an inconsistency with the route, which I mean, you'd love to see an interception right there, Cliff. I'm sorry. So basic flat streak combo right here, and he tries to snap throw it. This guy ends up playing a little bit lower than he thought. That should have been a pick. That should have been a pick. And yeah, there's another example though of a belt winner, right? TJ very good at the game, and they just make bad reads, like those misreads sometimes. Next play being a touchdown is objectively hilarious, by the way. Um, yeah. What do you guys think about those shoes? There's little like EA shoes they just showed. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, if you're Clef, you're kind of sick, and that's fair. But nonetheless, there's Vose. Clef on offense here in the gun bunch again. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. That's the throw I'm really bad at too. And mind you, he could have easily completed that. That man, these quick throws over the seam, like these just quick seam throws. Man, I suck at them. Like I'm really. This is like to me, dude. This is so scary. The user's just a little bit higher. If he goes up instead of horizontal, it's a pick. Ah, I like these guys are good at the game. Like they know what they're doing. I just struggle with that so much because in my head I'm like, dude, it's not a good read. Like the user's right there. But I think I just over respect the user. In just how the game plays. It's that same route again, by the way. And it's just not how it used to play. I think I'm still I don't know what it is, man. But I've struggled with it. I talk about it so much in our gameplay videos here, where I'm like, man, I think my user can get to places where it can't get to, and then I think their user can get to places where their user can't get to, and so I don't throw certain things. It's a little wheel route right there outside, good gain, and so it's a big limiting factor for me on defense because I think I can get places where I just can't get to, and then I don't get there. And then offense, I'm not throwing routes that are open because I think they can get there and they can't. So I don't know. Goes back to that same route. Yeah, I don't love. I mean, the corner route's open late, I guess. Yeah, I mean, in the red zone, we are seeing TJ consistently go into cover 2 on that bunch side. So, like, with that being said, the corner route is getting open. This time, though, he's just going to go underneath. Laporta falls forward for 3rd and 2. And mind you, Clef has been stopped in this situation already. It's 3rd and 2 from the 4, so a little bit weird. He's going to go to that bench pivot play. Everybody knows what he's going to right here. TJ knows. It's just, can you stop this? And it's such a tough route combo to stop. We'll see the quick throw. No, nothing there. Going to actually throw it away. Good defense from TJ. Mind you, that in route was open back at the end zone right there. And I know Clef saw that too. If we watch this again, this in route, he actually kind of, I mean, maybe he had to step up because of, if he's right here, he probably hits his in route because that's what he's going to right here. Interesting. Good defense though from TJ. Ends up getting the stop on 3rd down, 4th and 2 now. I know some people are very frustrated with Clef for not going under center. I'm surprised Clef hasn't ran the ball in this situation at all. Like he hasn't checked down to an I form, single back something yet. But he's just going to go back to the same play. He's going to quick snap it. Pressure gets in fast. Boom. And that time TJ ends up switching up his coverage, right? So last time he went send 4 with a little basic cover 2 shell with safeties and hooks. This time he sends everybody right here. They're all coming. Boom, boom, flat out here. This guy's in a flat. And then what that allows is just a little pocket throw. Even this is a throw that I'm so bad at. Good, dude, again, to me, and it's just the hips. It's literally just the hips turn. You could throw this. It's just so scary to me because the user right there. But Clef's really good at making that read. And just literally is such an area that I have to get better at. Yeah, it's just such an area that I have to get better at. Because you can... man, the difference between even 2 years, even Madden 22 is the last year I can think of it, when like the user, I felt like I could do pretty much what I wanted, and the difference now compared to then, I feel like is so drastic. Where I mean, if the user's not on top of the ball or a receiver, he can't play the ball, and yeah, it's just my thoughts on that. I just haven't adjusted to it. And I've really struggled. This has been my worst. Mind you, I missed 2 or 3 tournaments. I think I missed 3 total. I missed 3 tournaments this year. And I finished ranked 120 when it's all said and done. So like after missing 3 tournaments, still doing that, I'm like happy with because like I didn't get points from 2 of those tournaments I could have earned points in, and so I could have finished higher had I just played in those. But um, even with that, it's my worst tournament finish or my worst competitive season probably since I started playing. Um, and yeah, yeah, it's that's a big part of it. Goes quick out. Love that little route combo right there. That tight end seam is tough. I gotta get better at that, man. I gotta get better at calling that play. So he does here. 17-17. Clock isn't really a factor in either of these guys' minds right now. So we're gonna see this. This is a halfback corner route. You get this with Howard Master or Master Technician or Running Back Apprentice. He's just high-lowing this side with a flood concept that's a little bit unique. Usually, you wouldn't be able to see a flood in this situation. But utilizing the halfback corner, you're attacking short or you're attacking medium, attacking short, attacking deep. And then left side here, you go speed out to push everything to the sideline. He's going to motion this guy in, run a zig. You're going to attack that left seam. This is a really cool route combo, in my opinion. Watch the motion in from Calvin Johnson. Now, to motion snap this, you do have to have a quarterback who gets the correct animations. And there's that same out route that TJ, now it almost looks like it consistently is getting, like, he's getting screwed on. I wonder, 'cause I've thrown it. I've seen other people throw it too. I wonder if there's a chance side of the field matters. I don't think that matters here. I've seen people throw it from U-trips. And so there's a chance like route running could matter here. Maybe. I don't 100% know, but he hits that seam nonetheless. Like short route running or like release or like player build could make a difference there because they will run routes differently based on some of those factors. But he's been screwed on that twice, which are just nice little gains. There's a part of the field that you have to make people respect, and now Clef doesn't really have to. There's that halfback corner. Clef gets a good switch stick and picks this ball out of bounds. Definitely got cheated there. That's the third pick I'd say I've counted. Now, this is a good example of, one, the flood concept working, right? We actually have hard flat. There's a hook. There's a deep zone. So, boom, boom. We're going to go corner out right here. This is where you want. Clef is going to switch onto this guy, though. Peel down. And especially when you get closer and closer to the end zone, you can be more aggressive with your switches. Like that's a good switch, and not getting that pick is really tough because that's a very good play. Good timing on it too. Because if you do that too early, TJ is going to see it and then just go over top of you. So there is a little bit of a timing component here too, recognizing the route combo, all that good stuff. Genuinely, great job by Clef. Just you'd love to see that. All right, you're gonna see that motion zig yet again, blocking the tight end. Right there, playmakers. That was close to intentional grounding because he wasn't really that far out of the pocket. Nick Mazesco, T. Davis, one great user in the booth. Watching that, the interception that should have been. Now TJ, still going though, goes underneath this drag, gonna catch it. And I'll be so real with you, that's so tough for your Clef. Because it's like 3rd and 10, right? You leave this drag open, and it's like, okay, like, first of all, right here, you might get a KO. Like, you might just knock this ball out. But if he catches it, you're good. You got 2 guys. You're going to wrap them up. You're going to make TJ have a big decision here on 4th down. 4th and short, right? You kicked, you go. Right, boom. Like, this is literally a linebacker. Okay, so if anything, this guy doesn't make the tackle somehow. This guy cleans up, right? You'd love to see that. You'd love to see it. And then make that 4th and 5, 4th and 4 decision. Instead, J-Mo breaks the tackle. It's an auto-broken tackle. Gets a first down. TJ's not stupid. He knows he's gotten lucky a little bit. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. I mean, he knows he's gotten somewhat lucky. But just has to capitalize. Goes zig route right there. Gets a gain of about 4. So pushes it to 2nd and 6. U-trips, wide side. See if he checks into Y-trips. He's not going to. Or no, my bad. He literally went into Y-trips to start. I was not even. All right, he is in Y-trips. He likes Y-trips in the red zone. Interesting. I have it late. No, you're going to have drag late instead. Going to get down to a 3rd and 1. Neither of these guys running the ball in the red zone at all. Neither of them feel confident in any kind of under center runs, it seems like, which I'm surprised by a little bit. Like, running the ball is not great in this game, but it's not like a stretch can get this first down. And it looks like he might actually be going to this. Like, stretch, like, it's not like impossible for you to get yards. That's so surprised. Like, Clef's been on like inside the 5-yard line for like 8 or 9 plays this game, and he just hasn't gotten under center one time. And I'm not familiar enough with the Falcons playbook to know, but the Falcons have at least like 1 or 2 decent stretches. And we're gonna see TJ here. He might flip this run. No, he's gonna pass. Goes under center, passes. That just puts a streak. Clef bailed out for the run, essentially. Put a hard flat left side, blitzed everybody. Honestly, decent defense from Clef to bail out there. I would have too, probably. Good play call from TJ, and good read as well. That can be scary, especially on 3rd and 1. Pass from under center, you're probably not very comfortable with it. Ends up working out. TJ goes up 7 now. So, big opportunity for him. Clef gets the ball back. And again, notice how fast he snapped the ball. It's going to that mesh concept. That's from the verticals play. We broke this play down earlier. Big thing here, man. And I like, we're using Clef as an example here so much. And he's really embodying a lot of stuff, and especially in this game, that like I very much believe is like a way you could play competitive Madden. This is the first orbit motion. I'm sorry, cheat motion. Bad play. Is that you just need to be comfortable in a few plays. Obviously, those plays need to be good against man and zone. And then you need to be able to execute. And you don't need a super deep play, but he doesn't have a deep play. We're watching this. And guess what? Even if you say, like, oh, I could bag those, like, oh, TJ just can't bag him, he sucks. This is the semifinals, or this is a quarterfinal game in the biggest Madden tournament of the year. A lot of people can't stop this. Right? Right there, hits that drag, very small pocket. That play right there, honestly, just the timing of that throw probably deserves a little bit more of us looking at it. I'm not going to go back, but it was a good little timing throw. A lot of people can do that. You throw that too soon, pick. Throw it too late, pick. Or a drop pick. Is that a shark? What is that hoodie, bro? Like, I see, because that's the type of thing, though, that low-key be like a... Bro, I remember Henry last year was wearing something. I was like, bro, what is that hat? And someone told me it's like a designer hat, something crazy. So I'm like, is this like a... Should I know what the shark is? Is this something? Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Good movie. Nonetheless, 2nd and 10. Why is he going back to this auto motion? He must see a potential bomb. And that's not there. Now TJ drops a pick. That should have been a pick. Right? Because Clef has been cheated. I know my comments are going to say Clef's been cheated. He has been. I agree. There's a cheat back, though. That is a cheat back. Definitely should have been picked off. Crazy he got that pick, got the inbounds animation too. Now Clef's on a 3rd and 10. No pressure from TJ. And Clef had a big dot, goes underneath, ends up getting the first just barely. Clef had that post route open for a potential massive play in the deep middle. Well, I'd love to know what Clef is seeing here. Like right there was cover 2. Is he just trying to exploit? I really don't know. Right there, though, he's able to hit that post route, big gain. Okay. So he's 1 for 3 on that play now. I'm not 100% sure what he's seeing that makes him really like that, but there is something. Good defense right there from TJ. Ends up making that, and that's just where that stuff kills you, man. That's where, you know, TJ's not sending any pressure, right? He's only sending 3. So it kind of makes sense that this play gets bagged, right? TJ switch sticks, takes away this. This is bad. I mean, maybe you could throw this in this pocket, right? You could probably throw him in the pocket, but you kind of miss those reads for a second. Now, this guy gets over here, bounces up. Just really tough and really annoying, too, for TJ. Because honestly, besides the one pick that we just saw TJ drop, Clef has been throwing to just open dudes throughout this game, right? And like they've been some tight throws, but just open, like throws where you're like, he's open, he's just hitting every read. And so right there, you bag him, broken play, he converts that too. It's like, I mean, what do you even do, brother? And then you can't even make him fight from the goal line. He falls forward, which he should have, but Clef's going to go for 2 right here. 3:55 left in this game. Going to go for 2 to take a 1-point lead. You know the play call, bench pivot. And, yeah, take off with the QB. Nothing there. So there's a stop for TJ. And now TJ's in a kind of a good spot. I know a lot of people like going for 2 in that situation. And and that's it, right? Like so much time, kicks the ball out of bounds, doesn't want to get clocked here. I guess the thinking is that no matter what, for you to win this game, you have to get the ball back and score. So like, who cares? Like even if it's tied, if you want to win the game in regulation, you gotta get the ball back and score. And if you're down 1 to win the game in regulation, you gotta get the ball back and score. Anyways, pretty much you have to get a stop. So I guess that's kind of maybe the thinking a little bit. Truth be told, though, I've never done that. And just a big play from TJ. I just think that if you don't get it, it's like, oh no, and you don't get a stop. So I don't know. I'm curious if you know what the thinking would be. Maybe there's an analytical thinking behind it. Let me know because obviously I get it. If you get it, like then you're up. It's like awesome. But maybe it's just simple as that. Like you just want to be leading. I don't know. Not 100% sure. But TJ just moving the ball down the field really, really fast right here. Clef at 3-4 odd. Looking like he's going to try to send some pressure. Watch a user press on the tight end, though. His user just went over top of it. So probably going to see a little chuck right here. Motion. Okay, motion blind. Not going to see a chuck. Ends up going to that tight end, though. Ends up hitting the possession catch. Laporta has 10 catches for the 146. If it was 146, it was 14 a pop. 14. Nah, yeah, wow. Now we're going to see him in the Y trips. Nothing there. Sends a pressure. Yeah, one of the nice things to do in the red zone, if you know your opponent's passing, a lot of red zone plays, if you think about them, outside of like something just like a lot of them take time to develop. So like a lot of times you'll see people trying to hit like someone across the back of the end zone. We've seen in years past like people waiting for corner routes in the sidelines, or a drag getting across the entire field, or I'm sorry, like a slant getting into the corner of the end zone. And a lot of these things take time. And so along with that, a lot of them take 5 out route combos. So kind of a thing you could do is actually send pressure and kind of just like speed your opponent up. A lot of people aren't ready for that. Especially because a lot of people have very specific plays for the red zone that they really don't run very often. Right there, TJ's going to get held to 3. And so they don't run these plays very often. They're not comfortable with their hots. And the field's so congested down there, it's just hard to make that fast read because like there's so like everyone's right on top of each other essentially. And so it's just something to consider. Whereas a cool thing with Clef is that his main red zone play, bench pivot with the tight end drag, halfback, flat route / table route. What we see from Clef is that play he runs at the 30-yard line, he'll run at the 20, he'll run it wherever. And we're going to see right here, goes to Y trail, ends up hitting the drag. He is changing up his play calls a little bit more right now. And yeah, he's changing up his play calls a little bit more right now. Only down 4. Gonna get pressure. Have to roll out. Probably just gonna throw his ball away. Second or 3rd and 1 now with 2:24. Clock is a little bit on your mind. If you're Clef, you probably want this to be the last possession of the game, and you're just gonna score 7. Like that's just simple as that. You need to go back to that vertical setup, tight end drag, pressure gets that, and that's the thing, man. That tight end drag. Oh, that is a favorable spot. That tight end drag is so killer. Clef's gonna take this to a 2-minute warning. Like, look where he throws this. This thing gets bumped. It's underneath. It's not like that's. I mean, I'll be so real. Like, that's a crazy spot. Like, he definitely got it, but like, just I don't know. He got it. He got it. The game doesn't get it wrong like that. It's just like wow. Going okay. Now he's going mesh. He has not really ran. Is streak over here? Maybe he has not ran this play yet. I don't think this is a good play. I think this play sucks. I think this play is really bad. Gets screamed at. Had corner route. Ends up wrong. Okay. Was that did he block his tight end right there? I'm curious really fast. Did he block? Okay, this is a design rollout. He blocked his tight end. This is tight end right here. This is a design rollout play. Okay. That makes more sense. And then he just has this guy come back across, this guy come back across, so you could throw it across his body if he chose to. You can make that throw, or you hit corner route, which he actually probably could have hit right here. Okay, fair enough. Design rollout plays can be cool. 155, that does stop the clock as well. Man, I'm surprised you don't inside zone this maybe? Right, call stretch. I don't know. I mean, the way he's honestly, no, it's stupid by me. Oh, dude, I can't make that. Like, I cannot make that throw, dog. Like, bro, I'm just like that. That just doesn't look open. I'm like, that's a pick. That's a pick, but it's not. I suck. That's literally what it means. I just suck at the game. Like, what else do you want? Blocking a tight end gets that pressure in. TJ is in the 6-1 defense right now, running a little bit of a loop. And so what you'll see is going to shift his line one way. User's going to get right here. And what he's trying to do is user goes here. This guy goes here. He's gotten a few times. Clef, for the first time, going to actually flip his bunch. They've not seen this. You go wide trail right here. Pressure coming in. Nothing there. There is one scary thing with this style of offense Clef is doing, especially when he's 5 outing so fast against pressure, is these throw out of sacks. These can easily be, like, if this was a D-line pick right here, everybody would be like, yeah, And like, I hate D-line picks, but there's a high risk of D-line pick here when you're not trying to block the splits and you're just letting it come free and you can't make the read fast enough or nothing's open fast enough. Hit that wheel again right behind the clear out of the ISO. Big gain from Clef. Let's see what. All right, a lot of replays in this one from the MCS crew. Minute 13. Curious if either of them, I'm curious if either of them really start using their timeout, especially obviously TJ here. Maybe corner route, not gonna throw it. Maybe could have highballed and maybe agged him. Like would have been a super hot dot if he could have. Takes a safe throwaway. Clock still stopped just over a minute here. And, we haven't seen bench pivot from Clef at all this drive. Okay. Most of this video is in one take. I did not see that coming. And he's going to score. Just like that, Clef gets down the field, scores on the tight end drag. One thing to note with why this play can be so good is that this is a man up, but even if this wasn't, if this was a hard flat, the halfback flat, it's going to push this hard flat all the way out here, opening up this drag in this area. That's why this play can be so lethal on an attacking zone, and he's able to get that. Bang. TJ's on offense now, down 3, so just needs a nice little tray. Has plenty of time. Has a minute and 3 to go get 3 points from the 30. I think he's at. I don't love the kickoff then by Clef by letting him get to the 30. I think you kick that short the end zone, make him return it, but and it kills a couple seconds, which could be important. And has 3 timeouts. So, time-wise, you're actually super golden if you're TJ. Genuinely, you're really, really good. Does he go streak drag? Let's see. No, he's not. Okay. 1 second left. Gets the snap off. Gets the zig. Gonna throw the zig. And gains 2 yards. Not bad. Not bad. See the crowd going wild right now. Niners helmet for TJ. Bucks helmet for Clef. And now we're going back to that halfback corner route. Be bagged though. Oh, not gonna lie, that should be GG's. That one was tough. That one was tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a great. Not sure if I need to do this, but let me go a little slightly smaller circle. We'll go one more. You'd like to see this ball get picked off. Now, I'm gonna say this. I've been a massive advocate for them improving the user all year long. Massive. This is a user in this case, right? Switched on to him, becomes a user. This is an example of why. Now, to everybody who has said, Civil, no, they don't need to improve the user. They don't need to buff the user. Are you kidding me? If you're okay with this being a drop, then okay. Okay. If you think that this should be a user pick because it was a great play by Clef showing a lot of user skill and also a bad play by TJ showing a lack of user skill, you think the ball should be picked off? We're on the same page. Would like to see that picked. And I know it's a 50-50 ball. I think if you throw a 50-50 ball to the user, picked. It's a bad read. This is a competitive game. This should be competitive, right? And user input is the most competitive thing in the game. That is user input on user input. Just bad by TJ. Ends up picking up the first down, though. And it's not an anti-TJ rant. It's just come on. That's a pick. Absolutely is a pick. Clef sends a pressure from 3-4 odd. Almost gets a D-line pick right there. That would be lucky from Clef. He deserves it. He genuinely, whatever happens this drive, if he were to get lucky, he absolutely deserves it. He has gotten screwed this game. He's thrown 1 bad ball that didn't get picked. TJ, I think the issue is TJ's thrown, 3 that in my opinion should have been picked. And I believe all on different drives, which is you just can't do that, man. You just can't do that. Crowd is on their feet right now. Oh, they're going crazy. I think I saw some terrible towels in there. Maybe some, what are those, little boom sticks or whatever? They'd be boom, you know what I mean? Sound, they'd be clapping together for sound. Anyways, 3rd and 10, 41 left. Down 3 is TJ. TJ hits a quick out to Calvin and gonna get out of bounds. Now TJ's only down to 1 timeout, and this is a 4th and 3. You can't kick from here. You just pass a 50. Here, Clef gets a stop. He forgets he got cheated. He actually doesn't forget he got cheated, but it doesn't matter that he got cheated. Massive opportunity here. Clef in the 3-4 odd. If you're TJ, so Clef moving his user out here right? He's moving him right now. Makes me think no pressure. Had he kept him right here, I mean, he could still send pressure. You got to be aware of pressure if you're TJ. And this pressure, if you're wrong, and he's blocking his tight end. Okay, he's going to block his tight end. Some people will just 5 out right here. And if you're wrong, it's just like you're instantly sacked, basically. Gets a post route. Ooh. And J-Mo tackled down. Clef calls a timeout. There is like the slightest argument ever, and I wouldn't. There's the slightest argument ever that, I mean, he's not going to. They've shown neither of them are going to run anyways, so, yeah. It's just that TJ would have had to call his timeout right there or went hurry up, and that runoff would have been like 15 seconds. And then could only really pass. So like, there's a little bit of an argument not to call a timeout, but no. I mean, TJ would have had to call a timeout, and then 30 seconds left, no timeouts from the 3. You probably would have been fine. I have a like a weird relationship with the runoffs in this game. If you can't tell, my perception of what the runoffs will be sometimes is just wrong, but also it's kind of right. Like they're nuts. Anyways, TJ, second and goal from the 26. Clef called that next timeout, so TJ has enough time to do whatever he wants, and he's gonna get under center here. And last time he did this, he actually passed the ball. He's making hot routes. He's gonna flip it now. This low key, I swear, if you ever flip a formation and run the ball, it makes the run better. It's a absolute placebo, but I think it's true. I think it's true. William Perry stretch left side. I don't know if he had to spin. I think that William Perry trucking gets in right there. I'll be honest, because I saw the lane, and I think William Perry falls forward. Third and goal now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Clef on defense. Going to be in the 3-4 odd. Potential for pressure. Actually showing man right here. Doubt it's man. And we're going to see TJ go 5 wide. Block the tight end, though. Okay, so he'll pick up this pressure if it comes. Unless Clef sends all 7, which he probably won't. A little off right here. If you're Clef, you'd love to move this guy down, but you just don't want to get off your user at this point. Pressure comes free off the left edge. Nothing there. Gonna not even throw it away. Actually gets himself backed up 3 yards. Ends up getting himself backed up 3 yards. That's tough. The crowd is standing. At least the top row is. I don't know who those 5 dudes are, but they are invested. I don't. 18 seconds. Okay. For anyone who's counting, TJ does have a timeout. Not that it could possibly matter here, but figured I'd mention it. Y trips again for TJ. This is his red zone. He's going, okay, we have yet to see 4 strong. Whenever you see this motion over from a halfback, it's not always this, but typically online it is. It's going to be this. Almost always. It is a halfback streak, halfback wheel attacking that side, some sort of like flat crosser combo. We'll see if that's what he does right here. He could bluff him, though. It is a good bluff. And TJ's going to call, no, he's going to take the delay. That's going to push us to a field goal. Right? He kicks, yep. TJ's going to kick that 3. Now, Clef, with 15 seconds, a chance to go get, genuinely, so look at this. This is just worth noting. It's at the bottom. Clef's on his own 20. So that means TJ kicked the ball short of the end zone and Clef let it bounce. If TJ kicked it out the back of the end zone, Clef would be at the 30. The difference in 10 yards in this situation with 15 seconds left is massive. So great kick. We skipped it, but great kickoff by TJ just to force that. And I think it's something that a lot of people overlook, and it's like, that is 10 yards in a situation where, again, had that same play would be at the 42 right now, which is 15 yards away from field goal range. Now, instead, he's 25 away, right? Massive difference. 11 seconds left. Clef has no timeouts. None. Taking a little bit of a shot down the sideline. He's trying to. Got to have the in-route action. He had potential to hit that in-route to get out of bounds and have another play. Instead, though, with 7 seconds left, you really just got to be, like, because this could be a D-line pick, too. So, I mean, you just can't throw a pick, man. You just can't be I feel like this route combo, any way you throw it, is some sort of force, and it could just get picked. Right there, he's going to take the sack. You're going to see TJ call timeout, which Clef with 2 seconds. If there was, like, 5 seconds, that timeout could, like, be a big deal. 2 seconds, Clef probably. You really should just max pro it and launch it out of bounds. Like, go with flat routes. And we'll see what he ends up doing. So, I mean, maybe Or why did I even say launch it? No, just take the sack. I don't even know why I said that. Launch it out of bounds also works, but yeah, just take the sack right there. Clef does the right thing. Should have max pro though, I think. But nonetheless, we're gonna get some overtime, some free football. And with free football, we're gonna see Clef get the ball first. Now, I'm sorry, not Clef. TJ get the ball first in the U trips. Clef has decided to stick in this 3-4 odd defense. Thinks it gives him the best chance to win this game. And TJ gonna go with the play call of scat. Hasn't really called this game really. And you know, throw it away. See what we have here. And like these defenses can be tough just because you always gotta be worried about the pressure. One of the issues with this style of defense, though, and it's why it's so hard for intermediate players to run, is because this is man. Like this comes out as man. Okay. And so to get zone on the field, you have to adjust so many people. Your fingers have to be so fast. And a lot of people just don't have fast enough fingers. Especially like a good reason I don't run this style of defense is literally because everything I do, right, we teach on Civil GG. And it just isn't realistic for other people to do that, right? Like these guys play the game 12 hours a day every day for the past 5 years. And Clef for long. Well, TJ probably 3-4 years. Clef like 7 years. So the amount of adjustments they can make is so fast and they know what they're doing already. Whereas like the intermediate player just can't. That's where some of these defenses are just hard to mimic because of that. He's going to that high-low concept to the right side. This time, though, corner route from the ISO. Has to drag. Gonna miss it and throw it late. Close. Close. Close, 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 close. I don't know if I'd call that a cheat. Let's see. No, I mean, he gets a good back shoulder. I'll be so real with you, though, and I'm just at this point in the game. I would not hate if it is Jamel or Jamal. I can't remember if it's Jamal or Jamel. But Dean, if he got horizontal for that bad boy and just snagged it out of the air. Oh. Because again, it's a great user play by Clef, and it's a good pass lead by TJ, but it is a questionable read. It's very close to the user. We're gonna watch this seam right here. Little drag, okay. Block tight end. Again, good defense. Might playmaker him backwards. No. Something that TJ didn't do right there is that he could have, with Master Tactician at his QB, he could have playmaker that drag backwards and then hit that drag in the little pocket potentially. Master Tactician, really, really good ability, especially you utilize that QB playmaker quite a bit. Very, very good. See here though. The wheel route, flat. Gonna go flat. And yeah, this is just a pure alignment thing, right? Where if you just look at this guy's here, this guy's running here. It's so hard for this guy to get down here in time. And so if this guy does anything besides jet outside, you just have that flat. And so that's why TJ goes with this kind of route combo, because if this guy does jet outside, let's say, well, who's right here? Probably nobody. It couldn't, mind you, Clef could make the adjustment, but then you'd have wheel. So if we watch this play develop, watch what happens right side. Let's see. What does the outside backer do? He ends up coming, right? And so we're able to hit this, right? And this guy's coming down too. Like he does start to come down. And like it could have been even a contact catch, but you like your odds on that for TJ, right? It's pretty open. So 1st and 10 from TJ. Drive looking good, but a little struggle. I mean, like right here, I don't think either player looks incredible on either side of the ball, or like on offense or defense right now. I don't know who's the favorite on this drive. Motion in. We're gonna see a speed out. Haven't really seen that from TJ yet. Might go, okay, goes zig. I thought he might launch something low-key. Both of these guys, one thing I think to take away, really fast, one thing I want to mention, one of the better things from U-Trips is this quick tight end drag. Have yet to see TJ use that, I don't think. But both these guys doing a really good job attacking the field horizontally. That's one thing. And like that's just how you have to pass nowadays. Right there, boom, gets it right above the 3-4 odds, sending pressure. Tight end in the seam. Again, an area of the field that I just have to get better. I keep on talking about myself. But this is it's just one of the biggest weak points in how I play. Little drag right there. Gets it down to the 6, 2nd and 1. All right. Does he go into the Y trips here? He loves gun Y trips in this situation. He's kind of looking around for something he hasn't done yet. I don't know if he just doesn't feel comfortable in what his red zone is. 2nd and 1, 2 from the 6. You can afford a run play right here. He burns time out. It doesn't matter. You can afford a run player here because if you don't get it, it's 3rd and 1 probably. And if you do get it, you get a few yards. And you have 1st and goal from like the 4 or something. Or maybe even a touchdown potentially or closer. And he's going to go I mean, okay. So he's putting in, is this goal line personnel he's putting in? I kind of missed it. I think he is. And so, or did he just put in personnel for, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with who he's subbing, and I don't know, man. Like, he's doing something. Uh, okay, take your time, dude. Take your time. I'm just recording a video here, man. I'm just recording a video, TJ. I know you have some money on the line, but like, okay. William Perry up the gut, I think. I don't love these powers. I don't think they're great. Yeah, QB power. Yeah, they're just the dives and the power in this game, or like not power, because usually you think of power as like a pulling guard run. But the dives and the ISOs and the anything whams, they just like they struggle in this game, man. They really do. 3rd and 2, huge opportunity here for Clef. Huge. Okay, especially if you stop, if you get him to a 4th down, it's like, what does TJ do? It's tough. Gotta watch that tight end. Tight end's gonna block though. You'll see him. Great read. Great ball. Great read. Great ball. Clef, defense wise, sends the dogs. Ends up going underneath coverage right here on 3rd and 2. Not a bad idea. TJ just goes streak from the seam. And yeah, just a good ball. Good timing too. If you throw it too late, that ball's out of bounds. TJ gonna kick the extra point here. And go up 7. Okay. Clef now on offense. We missed 1st down, but that's fine. Missed 1st down. It's fine. Clef. See what he does. Drag underneath, gets hit. And that's what you need for your TJs. Like that. You need that pressure to get there. Like that's fast too. I think that was an insta shed. Yeah, it was right up the middle. You need that because he had the drag. And with the way those drags work in this game with someone trailing, that's a 1st down. Instead, you get Clef now to a 3rd and 10. Good D, throws it away. Almost a sack. And right here, you can win the game. If you are TJ, you can win this game right here. 4th and 10. Lock in. Lock it in, baby. Let's go. I don't love headphones over my... I've worn headphones over top of my hoodie being up before. I don't love that. I've never been a fan of it. I think if you have headphones on, I just can't wear a hoodie. Or I can't have my hood up. Random tidbit. Anyways, I think this route combo is not great. And he hits a flat and works out. I mean, this route combo, I feel like it's like really hit or miss for Clef. And he does go 5 wide here to double tack the seams. Honestly, we just see this is a flat zone from him. He doesn't widen out wide enough. He is dropped pretty deep. But is this a flat? I'm pretty sure this is a flat. The way he's widening. Pretty sure he's a flat. Or we just didn't have a flat zone over here at all. Clef goes underneath, which is scary. You gotta think about this. Tournament life on the line. 4th and 10. And you throw flat. It's obviously open. You're gonna get the first. But like, there's a little bit of fear right there. You know what I mean? Kind of a crappy animation. Get thrown out of bounds. Something like that, dude. I've seen flats hit you in the face before. Imagine if that happened. Oh. Clef's been cheated this game. He has. Let's go. Nothing really there. Good defense. TJ's definitely played better defense as this game has went on. That's the one thing I'll say about the way Clef plays a little bit right now is that his bag isn't super deep. He's very good at what he runs. And like he has switched, like even like that play call he was about to call, but his bag's not super deep. And the way he plays is a little bit polarizing at first, where like he's just going so fast and making super fast reads. As the game goes on and you get more defensive possessions, you start to get an idea of like what you want to do. But right there, blown coverage. And just as I'm saying that, Clef can go score 7. And he's probably going to go for 2 right here. That was just verticals as the same verticals play we've seen over and over again. Except he streaked the outside bunch wide receiver, trying to attack that seam quickly. Yeah, 2's in the chat. 2's in the chat. Going for 2. But there is that factor of as the possession goes on, I do think it benefited TJ some defensively, it felt like. Goes bench pivot. Just makes the wrong read. Simple as that. And just like that, wow, this video restarted. Can we like watch this again? All right, so he just goes to bench pivot. This is the play he's killed it on. And you actually see strafing from, so the user just strafed over and then switch sticks here. And we just see this zone do a good job. Like Dean just does, whoops. Dean just does a good job and plays it. Actually probably had the, you have the in route? Do you have Tyreek? I think he might have. Oh, Tyreek got super bumped. Nah, you're not making that throw. Tyreek literally started all the way out to the sideline and then got bumped all the way in. That's tough. Yeah, you can't throw that. Yeah, that's GG's. That's how TJ wins.